How deep are your dams? Has sediment built up in the bottom of your dams, or is it still as deep as you thought? How do you calculate how much water you have stored in your dams? It is reasonably easy to measure the length and width of your farm dam. Measuring the depth of your dam is much more difficult. Dam Deep is a simple measuring tool that I'm going to show you how to make yourself so that you can accurately measure the depth of your dam safely. What you will need is some 10 to 20 pound mono line. You'll need some Lumo beads. You'll need a sinker with a swivel on it. That's really important because it stops the line from twisting. You'll need a float and you'll need a pair of scissors to cut the line. So to build this, you need to put this in order where you have the small bead, the larger bead, the float, the larger bead again, and the sinker. And then it's a matter of threading those through and doing it. So the small bead on first, then the large bead, then through the float, through the next bead, and then tie a good knot onto the sinker so that it doesn't come undone. This top bead, which is slightly smaller, you need to have that so that it will slide up and down the main line, but will also stay there. So to do this, you grab a piece of extra line and thread it through that. And you might need to do this a couple of times until you get the required resistance. Now I've put that through twice, and you can see now that the bead is sitting there. It will still slide, so the way to check that is the float sitting on the water, and there's the bead sitting up there. Okay. The important thing here is when you throw this into the dam, that sits on the top of the water, the sinker hits the bottom, that's the depth of your dam. So now we're ready to go out and start measuring some dams. So once you're at your dam site and you've measured the length and you've measured the width, you can then use your Dam Deep tool to actually measure the depth. So you just simply stand here in an underhand motion and throw it out to the centre of the dam. The float will hit the surface and the sinker will go down to the bottom. Then it's just a simple matter of retrieving it. The top bead's done its job and stayed at the top of the float. So from there to the bottom of the sinker is your depth, approximately 1.1 metres. Now get a tape measure to measure that. The edges of the dams can be slippery and wet, so please take care at all times. This is best done with 2 people. 1.4, right, good, thank you. So now you know what your measurements are, and for this dam we've done 4 or 5 measurements. The depth is 1.4 metres. We've taken the length, it's 20 metres, and the width is 18. We can now put those figures into the online calculator and come up with an accurate measurement of how much water is in this dam. Out of the Sun Water calculator, we go down to we press start, and then it asks you for the storage name, which is Shearing Shed. Type that in. We pick the water storage shape, and in this case it's a round or elliptical dam. Then you scroll down, it asks you for the width. The width we said was 18 metres, the length was 20 metres, and the depth is 1.4 metres. The calculation's done for you, and in this case it's 158,000 litres, or 0.16 of a megalitre. You now have the tools to calculate the volume of water in all of your farm dams. This will help you make better water decisions for now and into the future.